Hey everyone, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 DEI Dividend et Impera. Here today on the channel, we're back with episode 11 of our Indian Mauryan Empire series. Alright, so here today, first things off, we're going to be continuing our war with Pergamon, taking their capital, and we're going to be declaring war upon the Macedonians, crossing the Bosphorus, securing our western Anatolian territory, pushing into Thrace and mainland Greece. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. Would really much appreciate it. We're still currently under the reign of Ashoka, our second faction leader, as he moves on in here to block and besiege the city of Pergamon. And we do have our navy pushing to southern Yemen, I suppose. We're going to be mobilizing this army further south, because Macedon is quite large at this point in time. They have Thrace, Edessa, the port of Athena there. They don't have Polpadava, they don't own Philippopolis, but we're going to be getting our revenge on Alexander the Great's descendants. And hopefully bringing Greece to heel under Indian occupation, I suppose. Hang on, it's just taking a little bit to load here. But currently at the moment, we've surged from our tiny holdings in southern Iran. We've Hindufied half of Persia and the southern tip in the Arabian Peninsula. And we're now annexing the lands of Asia Minor. So we're going to move on in here with 10,000 Indians, mostly. We do have some Arabian auxiliaries and some Greeks helping us out as well. Oh, nice. My Imperium's gone up, so we can have 12 armies and more fleets, and Pergamon has officially been defeated. We still technically are at war with Maurya, but we're at war with no Greek city-states at the moment. Okay, so this has Macedon and Rhodes in. I think I want to go with an Eastern Library. We're at the stage where we want to try and start smashing out those research bonuses because we can afford to. We have the money. Okay, so we're going to renegotiate with Maurya. Nice, so they're actually interested now. They weren't before, so let's try and get peace with them. They had territory in central Anatolia. They actually held Ankara for quite some time, and in Bithynia and Cappadocia, so we'll try and make peace with them. This is our building construction at the moment. It has changed a little bit. Food is a little bit harsh in some of the regions where we don't have full control over, but we're doing our best. Parthia has advanced a little bit up into Turkmenistan and sort of in and around the Caspian Sea. That's keeping the horse lords and not Cumans and Tartars, I don't know what they are, just like Cossack nomads. The cavalry riders of the steppe being delayed, and Persia has conquered essentially Iraq and Mesopotamia there, and we're managing to hold here. Okay, let's get another fleet in Sinop. So I might disband the navy in Arabia. We just don't need it down there. I can't see myself going to war with the Egyptians anytime soon. All my armies are here in the west. Armenia is quite large. They are now a pretty large kingdom in the Caucasus. Okay, so let's push on here and get rid of these pirates that have rocked up, that are disrupting trade lanes in the Red Sea. Typical. Let's run down these rebels. Alright. 2,000 years in the past, still dealing with pirates in the Red Sea. Alright, let's move here and probably sit the navy there. Replenish and repair. It's just really expensive to have a navy here, not really doing too much. I'm going to have to make a decision about it. Okay, so we're currently bankrupt at the moment at the top of the turn, which is really bad. But we should have enough to correct that. Okay, so I've mobilized 4 full stacks. And it is now time to leave Asia for the first time and push into Europe. So the Romans have Apollonia, Illyria, has fallen as well a little bit. So interesting to see who owns what. Dacia over the Danube. So our financial situation is quite bad at the moment. So hopefully pushing into Europe, pushing into Greece, that will correct that. So they do have a full stack down here. Got a secondary army too. So we have 4 full stacks ready to push on over with the Ashoka. They've got a navy as well. So maybe the conquest against Macedon is going to be easier said than done. Their kingdom is split quite a bit. They do have Athens as a client state, but they're not at war with anyone. So we're going to have to straight up war deck them. So that does give Parthia and Persia and the Arab states we're allied with an opportunity to not join us. So we could use that to our advantage potentially if we were to conquer them. But no, they're going to remain loyal. Okay, so we are at war with Athens now, so that will complicate things slightly. They will have a couple of armies and maybe even a navy. So let's get Ashoka to push on over. And here we go. We're going at war with the Macedonians. We're facing the Antiquity dynasty. Let's flood everyone over where we can. And we should be able to push in and take the port city of Athena on the western Black Sea coast here. So we're going to flood in with an absurd amount. 10,000 against the 3,000 garrison. So we're going to plant our flag. So now we're in Thrace. And yet, surprisingly, Illyria has pushed up there. So this time around in this playthrough, Macedon is doing quite well. Sometimes they get taken out. Sometimes you see like barbarians dominating Greece. In my last couple of playthroughs that happened. Okay, let's move my navy up to Rhodes. And let's, hang on, dish out these unassigned skills. And then we'll see how the Macedonians react to us. Let's continue on. Interesting, they just launched a peace offer. If they could partition their country, maybe, and we could puppet some of it, I don't know. Become a client state, bend the knee. No, they don't seem to be overly interested. They would give me probably a massive payment. Is that worth it? 10,000 gold and then just betray them again, bankrupt them. That could be a smart play, but I kind of like my relations diplomatically. More sons coming of age. Family tree growing. Okay, population surplus. Still dealing with an economic crisis. Back up in the north. So it looks like that army's pushed down and has started raiding in the north. That gives us a great opportunity to play that. So let's move in with Chandragupta. Block, and we'll move in with Ashoka. Move this army in. Okay. So that's been bounced. That's okay. Because if we move up to an advanced position here... Hang on. He might be able to reach... Hang on. Yeah, he can probably still reach up there. So let's move you here, who has less movement. Move you higher up. Yep. And then we should be able to come in. What? How's the garrison coming in though? We're besieging it, aren't we? Oh, I might have stuffed up here. Oh, I think I have actually. We could take the auto resolve there, but that's a bit cheeky when there's a full stack. Do I just play this one manually? Play with our 2-star commander, Chandragupta, whatever his name is. I think we played this one manually. We could auto-resolve. I'm not going to though. We need to fight our first battle against Macedon. Okay, I think I stuffed up the movement there. Okay, so let's play the Battle of Odessos. Now, we're not fighting with our top tier, first tier, 10-star commander with our faction leader Ashoka. We're playing with one of his ethnic sons, actually. So, most of this army build is made up of tier 1 Indian infantry. We do have some Persian archers as well, but this is still a pretty low tier army. And as you can see, it is a little bit knackered manpower wise. but we'll see how we go. Okay, so it looks like a lot of it's coming in by the Navy. The garrison's inside, then we've got the reinforcing army. So what we want to try and do is push on in and get that capture point under our control. And then we'll move the reinforcing units to go deal with the, well, reinforcements. Now, we're not going to be able to initiate a countdown, but it will give us a bonus taking that town square. So that's why I'm going to try and push for it. So it's going to be interesting to see how many casualties we lose in this one, because we're not fighting with the top tier army. And also, look, by the look of it, as you can see who's trickling in, they're splitting half of the reinforcements. They're not just allowing Ashoka's army to fully come in, which is more battle hardened and truthfully well more experienced. Okay, so we're starting to skirmish here, and we are facing a Hellenic faction who's just sitting back here. I'm going to try and skirmish them and soften them up where we can. Okay, so once we deal with Macedon's territory in Thrace, we'll make plans and preparations to take that last piece of territory in Anatolia and then push into central Greece. I'm just a little bit surprised that
our general is under attack.
They have territory in Asia Minor. Okay, so we're moving in our elephants here. Give out some attack orders. Nice. We're just going to be facing those very light melee infantry. Oh my god. The elephants are rip-roaring through them. That's good. The quicker we can get this garrison destroyed, the better. Okay, so Marches are doing well here. Oh, okay, so this is what's going to complicate things. I'm going to try and get that high ground here. There's a slight high ground elevation there. Okay. Try and move around there. Make sure my elephants are running through the city, running havoc. Okay, so we essentially got now 2 separate battles going on. Now this is our first time facing a proper main Hellenic faction. The Seleucids were basically rotting away. They were the sick man of Europe, essentially, by the time we rocked up. We haven't fought Ptolemy, one of the successor states. We have fought Chimeria, a Black Sea faction, but we're not fighting in their territory. They're overextended. Oh my god, we're just carving them up. But Macedon, this roster is doing quite well. Pergamon had a pretty good roster, but I don't really consider them as a main faction. Alright, let's give out some more attack orders here. And we should be able to envelop them. But the war between the Indians and Macedonians is well and truly back.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, we're doing quite well here. It does seem to only have skirmishes here, so let's swing down. Push in and rotate around the back. And get those units that don't have attack orders to wrap. We do have more general units pushing around here, especially those that can get into skirmishes. As this battle rages, we will have more units coming in. There we go, go here. Alright, we crushed those units there. They're trying to commit more up. Okay, we're in the town square now. We could have completely avoided it and focused on the reinforcing army potentially, because that's where the better quality units are, and completely neglected the city, but I think making an attempt to try and take it, get that capture point, will affect the morale overall. We haven't been fortunate to take any generals out just yet, but we are stretching. The only risk in doing this is we are stretching ourselves a little bit thin. Okay, my archers are nearly out of ammunition here, so let's redirect you. Okay, my reinforcing army seems to be holding against their main stack. Just making sure everyone's got attack orders properly. They are clustering a little bit up. We don't really want 5 units here, or 6 or 7 to go after 1. That's a little bit fruitless in my opinion. So let's try and restructure you here. Okay, and let's try and run that down there. Nice, and let's move here. You move here. Alright, back over here. Ooh, even though we've done that flanking maneuver, we are wavering, but so are they. We might have to send in those units of skirmishers that don't have ammo. Now let's just send them in. Get the Persians to draw their daggers. Okay, my generals getting worked a little bit here. My elephants are looking a little bit weak, unfortunately. I feel like there was a way, movement-wise, we could have gamed that. It sometimes happens. You do misplays in Let's Plays. Yikes. Yeah, I felt like we've done pretty good movement-wise, isolating garrisons. And going after full stacks is just easier. Divide and conquering them, but they basically got the upper hand on this one, the Macedonians. I still think we're going to win, but it's just going to be a bit of a slog. Still sitting at about a 50-50 casualty-wise. Okay, so we've managed to liquidate the units in the town square, which is nice. Okay, so now we can just focus on this second time. Okay, so they do have their own reinforcements on the reinforcements coming in.
One of our units has used all its ammunition. Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Okay. Just holding at the moment here. Hang on, my elephants are getting a little bit weak. So we've got the town square under our control. They're pushing away from that hill, which is interesting. Okay. Just need to flood those reinforcements in and ultimately surround.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
They're protecting that general so well. Our low tier units are taking such a beating. Okay, so a lot of the Indians and Persian troops that have pushed on over here. We do have some Hellenic conscripts from Macedon, but a lot of them are just being crushed here now. So I guess it's not an overly bad thing that we're going to be relying on Hellenic ethnic Greeks to take back their own country under Indian Hindu rule, though. I guess we can secularize the place. Okay, now we're starting to waver the general. Let's restructure you a bit here. Jeez. These Macedonian pikes are absolutely holding us here. They're making us fight to the bitter end. Man, Macedon just has such a good unit roster. I did read in the comments that it just reminded me, thinking of the unit roster, I did read a comment the other day that people wanted me to do another Alexander the Great Macedon campaign on DEI. Is that still busted, or is it still a work in progress? From what I remember, that campaign had a lot of issues and bugs, and I had to like abandon it. But yeah, let me know.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Okay, let's give out some attack orders here. I'll push into this. Get the elephants around to help. Hang on, there's an archer unit there. I think one of those units is bugged. Okay. We're wavering, they're wavering. Still about 60%. For essentially one full stack being constructed, they're holding me quite well, I think. Because, ooh, hang on, there's a medium shock coming in here. That could be dangerous. The thing is, they don't really need to win this. They just need to. They don't win to this. They don't need to win this particular fight. We surprise attack them with 10,000. So there's not really much you can do about that once that happens to you. Like if this happened to me, we're just going to try and inflict as many casualties as we can. Make the cost of victory so high and try and force a Pyrrhic. I'm not going to be able to run down that cav, because it just takes time for us to build up. But logistically, fighting the Kingdom of Macedon is going to be a little bit tricky, because they are up here in Thrace, which is going to allow Pella and maybe like Larissa to build up, and Athens. And then we've got to push south from Pergamon. We do have some heavy Syrian archers that are going to help us out. It's great that we've got them involved. Usually they are like a massive game changer once you get those on your side. But because we have access to Far Eastern archers and better archers, it doesn't really make that much of a difference once we've got like really good Persian and Indian archers. But if you're Roman or Macedonian or even like Seleucid or the Seleucids or Egypt, getting those auxiliary heavy Syrian archers in is a game changer. Okay. Nice. They've capitulated. Let's run them down. Just skipping a little bit ahead. Let's close things there. Close victory. Oh my god. So unfortunately, Chandragupta has fallen. Okay, so that's the yeah, Emperor's son. He was actually quite a renowned historical figure too, and we lost 3,500. So that's 17,000 man battle. The Macedonians managed to take out 3,500 of us, which is quite a bit. Okay, so now we've taken these lands in Thrace. Right, and we'll see how the rest of their empire now reacts. Alright, so we've taken our first piece of territory in Europe. Our political situation still needs to be taken care of. But yeah, he was his second born natural son. That's annoying. Anyway, like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.